We are walking up to the Sox Guaranteed Rate Field. Dan Bear is in the house. We'll see if he gets in. For a last place team, that could be a record setting for losing. They got a lot of people here. Dan's sporting the shirt.
Stadium 16, day 35.
It's pretty nice here, Dan. I gotta say, there's a lot more people than I thought there would be, and they seem stoked. That's good. Fireworks night.
Beer One, Bar One here at Chi Sox Bar and Grill, Guaranteed Life Field, and this is Stadium 16, day 35 of the trip. It was a rough one at the Cubs Wrigleyville yesterday, so we'll see how much beer we can handle tonight.
Well, it's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So here we go. Upper Deck Concourse here at Guaranteed Life Field. And we are talking 16 stadiums in 35 days. We've been hitting a lot of beers, probably 150 beers or so in 35 days. So we'll see how we do at the end of the game. At the end of the day, 30 stadiums, but you know, it's a lot of beer.
I give you the bullpen bar.
it's like, you mean you want to buy more beer? Yeah, we'll let you. We'll let you.
Yeah.
It's funny, like, you look out the window of the bar, and you see a baseball.
There's the iconic pinwheels at the over the stadium. The old stadium used to be mechanical. Now it's all this digital stuff.
The old ones were iconic. That's not iconic.
Yeah, the old ones were iconic.
I do like the batter's eye, how they did that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And their plaza down there, you should pan to that so people can see what that looks like. That's actually a really good area.
There's the plaza there. Yeah, pretty cool. Lots of food options, and I see a Leinenkugel thing there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Well, we're heading to the bullpen bar a little bit.
And if you pan over behind home plate, you can see the skyline of Chicago in the background there. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the video here, but you can see the skyline of Chicago. Here's a view from our seats here at Guaranteed Life Field. Top of the first, and it doesn't appear that the White Sox can get anybody out. It's already 1-0, 1 out. Guys on first and second. It'll be a long game for the Sox. Of course, it's been a long season too. We're in the bottom of the seventh here. The Tigers lead the White Sox 4-2. Another riveting game here in Chicago. The White Sox, I believe, are 31-97, on pace to maybe break the record for most losses in a major league season. So, yeah, it's pretty riveting here, but it's fireworks night, so there's a lot of people here for that. And it's also Elvis night. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wrap up here from Guaranteed Life Field in Chicago. The Detroit Tigers won the game by a final score of 5-3. Dropping the White Sox to 31-98. It's still on track for the worst record in modern baseball history. But there's a Surprisingly, a lot of people here for fireworks night and for Elvis night. How was the game, boys?
I had a great time. I had a great time at the bullpen bar.
Oh, absolutely. Detroit win.
I don't know who won.
Doesn't matter. Concourse area of Guaranteed Life Field after the game. Can go down that way?
Scoring video for the Cubs and the White Sox. So we're going to start with the stadium. Both Dan and I gave it an 8.5 for the Cubs. And for the White Sox, Dan gave it a 4, I gave it a 3. Dan, any comments?
I mean, Cubs stadium is iconic. It's in Wrigleyville. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium. They've renovated a little bit to make it a little nicer. So I gave it a pretty high score of 8.5. Where the White Sox was a fairly generic new-ish ballpark, and so I give it a 4.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's hard to score the Cubs low because of just where it is. The stadium itself has some problems, like the bathrooms and sightlines, but it's iconic. As far as cost, Dan, you scored it a 6. I scored it a 5 for the Cubs, and for the White Sox, we gave it both 6s.
At the Cubs, I had a Italian beef sandwich. Actually, a Italian sausage topped with Italian beef. It was about $20, but it was a lot of food, so I thought it was a little bit cheaper than average. And same thing with the White Sox. I had a slice of pizza, which was decent pizza, and it was slightly less expensive than you see at most stadiums.
Yep. I think the beers were comparably priced. I think the White Sox was a little bit cheaper than the Cubs. And that takes us to food. Dan scored the Cubs as a 7. I gave it a 5. Frankly, I can't even remember. I had a sausage, I think.
Yeah, like I said, I had a sausage covered with Italian beef. It was pretty good.
And we both scored the White Sox. He gave him a 5. I gave him a 4. I had a sausage at the White Sox. It's kind of bland.
Yeah, I had a slice of pizza, which was pretty good. It was decent pizza for ballpark pizza.
And then for surrounding activity, Dan gave the Cubs a 9. I gave it a flat-out 10. I loved it. It's a neighborhood stadium, and there's tons of bars around there, and people were really, really happy. So,
yeah, I mean, it was very nice. I mean, I think they may have a little hometown bias there.
I do, but I'm staying with it.
But it was nice.
And White Sox, Dan gave it a 3. I gave it a 2. Only because there was really only one bar around it. It was a good bar, the Shy Sox bar or something. It was really
Shy
good.
Sox Bar and Grill.
But it's only one.
It was one bar, but it was close. You didn't have to cross big expanses of parking lots and highways to get to it.
Yeah,
it was right
true.
there. So
it's true. Anaheim he's talking about.
So I gave it a 3.
And vibe, Dan gave it an 8.5, and I gave it a 9 for the Cubs, and we both gave it 5s for the White Sox.
Yeah, the vibe. I mean, it's a very nice vibe. It didn't quite meet my opinion what was up at the Texas Rangers game, but I scored it slightly below that. And the White Sox was surprisingly an average vibe of 5. I mean, they had Elvis night and they had fireworks, but I think helped the crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
But, so I scored it a 5.
I mean, the White Sox are pitiful at this point, so it's hard for them to, I think, draw a crowd. And I was actually surprised that it came out. They got the score they did, but the Elvis thing, it's kitschy, but it was a lot of fun, and I think the crowd was really into that, and so that probably saved them a little bit. So where does that put everybody on the list here? The Cubs move into first place with a 76.5 score. That's really good. It's kind of surprising, actually. And the White Sox kind of in the lower middle with a 43, below the Marlins, but above Seattle. So good job by the White Sox, because like I said, it's a tough team to watch, and the fans are still supporting this team. All right, we're signing out. Thanks.